Hey guys, this is Lucid Layla. Welcome on my channel. If this is the first video that you're seeing of me, I like to do things that are dream related. I like to talk about dreams, specifically about lucid dreams. Lucid dream is basically when you dream and you're aware of the fact that you're dreaming, and sometimes you can control the dream. And first of all, I would like to say thank you to talk to a man who follows my channel and who donated on patreon.com. Bill Tucker, thank you very much for your donation, and I think it's great that you like to support me during the videos, and I hope there will be many more to follow if you like the content, if it's helping you. He wrote me that the videos that I've been producing really helped him with his lucid dreams, so that's always the best if I can see that I'm actually making a difference in people's lives. But anyhow, let's get this video started. I hope I can do it in one take. And today I would like to share a really nice, cool lucid dream that I had. And first it was just a normal dream, and then I became lucid and how it transcended into a lucid dream. So I'm gonna read that out of my little dream diary right here. It was 2 days ago, and I called the dream Bathing in Emerald Candy Water. So I'm in LA, and in real life I actually wanted to go to the LA Museum of Modern Art. So in the dream I tried to do that. And in the dream I'm leaving the house and walking with my parents to go see that museum. And then I realized that I left my cell phone at home, which is not good because my parents keep walking in front of me, and it's really hard for me to catch up, and I have to run, and I scream, wait for me, but they're further and further. And then we meet at the ice cream store and we get ice cream. And it's like a city that looks like Venice. It's very, you walk all the little streets and it's very cute, and it's old and very rustic. And my parents got a cone of ice cream, and I stand in front of the ice cream line and I look at all the different kinds of ice cream, and I want to choose an ice cream, and then suddenly a child runs in, jumps in front of like the glass the glass product showcase basically, and sticks his head under the glass of the ice cream and licks chocolate ice cream just like that, and then runs out. And everyone looks at that child and is like, wait, should we get him? But no one runs after him. And that's a moment where I'm like, okay, I think I'm fine with chocolate ice cream for now. I'm not gonna get ice cream. Yeah, so that's the funny ice cream part. And I was like, wait, that would be like really nice ice cream. It was only $3, and for California it's actually pretty cheap. Oh, and the ice cream cones, they were dipped in chocolate, and they had really artsy ways of bending the chocolate around the ice cone. So you had the ice cream in the middle, and then the waffle with the chocolate bended around, like almost like chocolate sculptures. It was a very, very nice and pretty, and I think that would be a cool idea for an ice cream store. Anyhow, I did that as an insertion because I remembered that part of the dream after I finished up writing the whole dream. So I'm still running after my parents, and I think I'm losing them, and I'm trying to find my phone and I cannot find it. And I look in my bag, and the only thing I find is an old navigation system which I actually left in Germany. So it's not even possible that it's in my bag here in the United States. And in this moment, and then I also find my cell phone, and in this moment I realize, wait a minute, this navigation system is not supposed to be here, this GPS, and this must be a dream. So I become lucid. Yay! And I also, at this moment, I'm like, duh. Like, there were at least 2 other points in the normal dream already where I kind of realized this must be a dream, but I didn't really become lucid, where I was just like, wait, this is weird that a boy just licks ice cream in a store and just runs away like that. That usually never happens, but I didn't really make the next step to really think, oh, this must be a dream. Now I'm becoming lucid. So anyhow, we're there, and I realize this is a dream. And then I remember my attention from the night before when I went to bed. I actually texted a friend. I was like, oh, I hope I'm gonna, have a nice dream about you and me or something like that. And I was like, okay, cool, I want to meet that person in a dream, let's do something fun. And I decide to run against a wall that's right in front of me to then enter a new dreamscape. And I run against the wall and it works really fine. And after I passed through the wall, I am in this black void that you probably all know if you lucid dream or if you dream. I'm in a kind of matrix where there's nothing, no color, no light, no matter, and it feels like I'm falling into something and also nothingness, like falling really deep and there's nothing, and I'm like, dang, there's no new dream coming up, I guess that's a fail, I'm gonna wake up soon or something like that. But then also I gave myself patience to just wait and see what's coming up. I actually didn't think something was gonna come up, and then at the end of the fall, it's always like that, it's super weird. Please comment in the comments below if you experience something like that, because that's so weird. When I'm in this black void and I'm falling, also sometimes when I'm falling asleep, I feel that I'm falling into this very specific room, this black void, where it feels like at the end of the fall, it's almost like someone is holding you up and then letting you down really slowly with suspension ropes or something like that. It's super creepy, weird feeling. It feels good and you feel protected and all that stuff, but it's just like, why am I having these kinds of sensation all the time on a consistent basis in a dream state? Like, how is this produced? Why is it always in the same pattern? And this is weird. And then all of a sudden, it's just like the new scene is there. It's just right there. And I'm standing on a cliff that's full with green grass. It's super green and really futile. And it's a shore. It's a shoreline. And you have the ocean. And I look more to the left and I walk to the left. And there's a coastline that goes down. And there's raging waters. Beautiful water, and I look down and it looks like paradise. There's people in the water and people standing in the water playing with a ball, and it's like paradise, people just enjoying themselves, and the water's raging. There's little, mini waterfalls, and I'm like, oh, that's a beautiful dreamscape. I want to jump in and dive in there. And the water is so blue. I stand on the cliff just trying to perceive the dreamscape and enhance my intensity. So a technique that I use is like intensifying, like setting the intention, more clarity, and I see that the water is raging, so I want to hear the ocean. But see, in real life, I have earplugs in, and I kind of, in the dream, I feel like I can't hear properly because I have the earplugs in, which is stupid because it's probably like a psychological intention or belief system that's actually hindering me in the dream to hear in the dream, which is of course stupid because I'm not hearing it physically. But I can't really get over the fact that I know I have earplugs in and I kind of feel them in the dream too. So I hear everything from a very distant place, which is so ridiculous if you think about it. But then I'm like, okay, I'm still in full control. I can make things appear or test things out, and I increase the luminosity of the colors and the brightness of the green and blue emerald water, which is so clear. It looks like the Philippines, where you have this really, really colorful, high intensely greenish water. And everywhere where the waves crash, where the foam hits the rocks, it crystallizes to little glassy looking blue-green emerald stones, basically like sand and stones in this beautiful colors. And I'm like, well, this is a dream, and I'm gonna make this sand taste like super tasty candy now. And I take the sand and the emeralds and I just eat them like candy, like sugar candy, and they taste so amazing, like really fresh and nice, just how they look, colorful. And I'm like, yeah, this is so cool. And then I jump into the water and I swim, and again, about belief systems, guys. I'm in California right now, so here the water's pretty cold, and the water feels just like in California, kind of cold, not like Philippines or Boa Boa or something like that. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to adjust the water temperature to make it more comfortable. So I'm like trying to adjust everything and being super controlling about the dreams, about the dream in itself. And I think at this point it just took up too much cognitive space for me, and I wasn't really too much enjoying the dream because I was constantly trying to control and figure out things about the dream. So at this point it was just kind of really exhausting, and I tried hard to increase the water temperature, and it worked to some degree, but also not so much. And then I kind of felt the losing the dream. So yeah, that was this really beautiful eating candy emerald stones dream. I wrote about 3 pages in my dream diary about it, and then I wrote down the dream signs that I had in the dream so I could remember signs that tell me that I'm dreaming the next time. So one part was my parents. My parents don't live in the country that I live in right now, so theoretically this should be a clear sign that I'm dreaming. Although this dream sign never worked because I basically dream about them all the time, and this never makes me lucid. The strongest dream sign for me is literally cell phone. So 95% of all the lucid dreams or dreams that I have that make me lucid is something's not adding up with my phone. Either I have an old phone that I haven't been using for 3 years, 5 years, or the phone is broken, it doesn't have service, I can't find the numbers in there, I can't reach a person, the phone is lost, something like that. It's always something about my phone. I don't know why. It's such a recurring dream sign. It's crazy. Tell me what are your dream signs? Like, how do you become lucid? Or maybe it's a cell phone for you as well. Like, your cell phone does weird shit, have a weird date and time or something like that at this point. And then something I realized just after analyzing all my dreams, but something that never really made me lucid, was water as a dream sign. So all of my dreams have enormous amounts of water in them, either as a flood, as the ocean. I dream about sharks a lot. The sea, the ocean, waves, huge amounts of water all the time as something beautiful and powerful in my dreams. So there's always, like, I never dream about not being at the ocean or the sea or a lake or something like that. There's always water involved. And then I just wrote down, the phenomena that I experienced in this dream was, again, this weird kind of black, vast matrix room which you fall into, and then it kind of lets you down really slowly on the last meters or centimeters, which always feels super weird, and I don't really have an explanation for it, but I just like to share this with you guys because maybe you had similar experiences, and I would really like to know what those are because I can't really quite make sense of it. And just as a note, I added which techniques did I use. Honestly, I had a bit of a dry spell lately in terms of lucid dreams. I haven't been lucid dreaming at all, or just a few times, and sometimes I was even too lazy to write them down. I know it's really bad, especially if you have a lucid dreaming YouTube channel, if you have lucid dreams, but then you don't really give a damn about it at all, so you don't even write them down. I didn't do any of my dream diaries, really. I did, that day before, I did like 2 reality checks while I was running on a treadmill, kind of the hand-finger reality check, and just thinking about reality checks, like what I like to ask myself is, what would the scenery look like if this was a dream right now? And then while I was running, I was trying to not think, so a kind of meditation of just being in the moment and just trying to not have any thought come up, which is also something that gives you a lot of attention to your mind and the mindlessness and all that stuff. Yeah, so I did like irregularly reality checks that led up to that lucid dream. I didn't do any dream diary. That's why I had a dry spell, because that's literally a really good base to have lucid dreams on a regular basis. Don't do that. It's a really, like, don't do it. Always have a dream diary, even if it's a small dream. Just write down 2 or 3 words that's gonna help you for sure. Yeah. And I had a weak intention setting by actually texting my friend about like, oh, I hope I have a nice dream, you know, to see you again. And it wasn't even the intention to have a lucid dream, but it ended up being a lucid dream, so that's nice. Yeah. So that was a dream report. I hope you liked it. I think I only had one other dream report so far. If you like this, you can check out Dream 3-hour lucid experience on my channel. It's also a one-take video that's like 15 minutes long, super long, where it was actually followed up by some kind of a astral experience, and also this feeling of being in a black room. And just for the record, I don't take any drugs. I am really a no-drug person, but I like to discover the human psyche and how it works and what motivates people, and why do we dream, why do we sleep almost 1/3 of our lives. I think it's really important to reconnect with your own body, spirit, soul, and that's why I like to talk about it, and that's why I like to share my experience. And I think it's beautiful to get some feedback from you guys. So please, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please, you know, hang in there and click subscribe so you see when there's a new video coming up. Since about 2 months, I'm trying to post videos every week, which takes a lot of effort and discipline, but I don't want to disappoint you, and I want to create up-to-date content for you guys. So please subscribe, it means a lot to me. And if you've been watching my videos for a long time already, or you just really like them and you want to support me, I have a website. It's called patreon.com. I'm gonna put the link in the video description, and you can decide how much you want to donate to actually help me do this, because it takes time, and I'm taking time aside from not working to just create videos, think about content, and also answering your question in personal messages or Skype interviews. And no matter how much you want to give, if it's $1 per month or $4 or $5 or $20 or whatever, I'm really grateful for everything, because actually down the road it would really be my goal to do something like that as a full-time job. I would really like to just share experiences in the field of lucid dreaming, meditation, mindfulness, lifestyle. I like to talk more about nutrition and what I learned on my journey about health, because I've been through some stuff that I think could actually help people make a difference, not only through lucid dreaming, but the whole way of conscious living. And I think a lot of people these days are dealing with anxiety and depression and maybe other issues that could be resolved really easily if we would all just like come back to ourselves and reconnect with our true selves and live in the moment. And that takes mindfulness and practice, and lucid dreaming is a great way of practicing it. So that's why I like to share this journey with you. So guys, see you in the next video. If you have some recommendations for content or specific questions, please post them in the comments below under this video, and I'll try to answer them as soon as possible. Until then, much love. Peace out. Bye!